So the next PlayStation event teaser, next God of War reveal could be soon according to a new rumor, and Sony leaks great news. Those are the stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, how many PS5s do you have at home? I've come to realize recently that many of you have multiple PS5s or even multiple PS5 Pros at this point. I currently only have the original PlayStation 5 and the PS5 Pro, but that's just me. What about you? So comment below, how many PS5s do you currently have at home? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony leaks great news. Reading from PlayStation Universe, Sony Interactive Entertainment has revealed in a new trailer that it is cutting the price of the standard digital edition PlayStation 5 to $379, which will be available until December 24th, 2024. The news comes following the release of the PlayStation 5 Pro just last week, which is a high-end version of Sony's flagship console that retails for $699. Following the publication of this story, Sony took down its original trailer that featured the price drop and replaced it with a trailer that does not include the price drop. That new trailer has been embedded below, but it's currently unclear if this new price was meant to be announced today, now that any mention of it has been removed from today's trailer. So I'm going to assume they removed it because maybe retailers aren't ready for the price or something else in the pipeline just isn't ready yet, because otherwise, why not just leave it up? We're already in mid-November and people are 100% buying their holiday gifts right now, or at least maybe waiting, I guess, for Black Friday. Maybe Sony will release an updated trailer by then. We'll have to wait and see. Now, speaking on the price, $379 is a nice drop from the $449 price tag, but I will say the original PlayStation 5 digital edition launched at $399 4 years ago. This just tells you how things are at this point, because I assume the PlayStation 5 Slim costs less to make than the original consoles. Either way, getting a new PlayStation 5 for $379 is solid at this point, and you'll be able to play many PlayStation exclusives already out and many third-party games out there as well if you're just jumping into the generation now. And going forward, there's multiple PlayStation studios that have games they're set to release in the next few years, so a bunch of games still left to go. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, new God of War reveal very soon. So this was an interesting thing to read this morning, but we could be getting something God of War related come next month. According to leaker Ignis the Wise, something God of War related will be at the Game Awards next month or Sony's own event. Now, this is an interesting way of phrasing it because he could have just said what it is, I would assume. I don't think it's the God of War show because we just recently heard that they have a new director and are working on a new direction for the show, so I don't think they have anything to show for that just yet. It could be God of War remasters. We heard from leaker Special Nick that Sony is working on a set of remasters or maybe a remake for the original God of War games to line up for the 20th anniversary of the series, which is March 2025. There was another rumor that pushed this further from Lunatic Ignis as well, for himself, the person we're covering right now, from his Discord, saying that it'll be all of the games, including God of War Ascension, Chains of Olympus, and Ghosts of Sparta. But I will say he didn't post that on his X account, so maybe he doesn't have full confidence in that rumor. That would obviously be a dream if it happens, if they remaster all the games, but I don't know if Sony will be that nice to us. He did say that an announcement would happen in March of next year, even for that rumor on his Discord. If it's not the remasters, it's not the show. There was another rumor of Sony Santa Monica working on an Atreus spin-off title, telling us his story as he tries to find the giants. This would be a smaller title compared to the mainline God of War games, so something similar to Miles Morales or Uncharted Lost Legacy. It's been 2 years since the launch of God of War Ragnarok, so that could have been enough time to make this, considering Miles Morales launched 2 years after Spider-Man PS4. I assume this game could have a different title than God of War, making it God of War related, but not necessarily a new God of War title. Either way, I'm always down for new God of War content, or in this case, God of War related content, whatever it may be. The thing that's also interesting again is that he says TGA/PS, which sounds like he's saying Sony has their own event, or maybe he's just saying PlayStation at the Game Awards. I'm not really sure, but that leads us to our next story, the Sony teaser, and we're going to get to that in just a sec. But you guys let me know if you're excited to see what Sony has to show later this year or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, the Sony teaser. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, Sony just published a new PlayStation 5 ad on its YouTube channel, and fans are convinced that it's teasing a PlayStation showcase or state of play. As we reported a little while ago, Sony announced a PlayStation 5 price drop until Christmas and a new promotional video. Hawkeye fans have noticed a peculiar detail in the ad that they say suggests an important date. We think they're onto something here. As pointed out by a number of fans, the ad flashes 3/12/2024, which seems oddly specific. December 3rd, 2024 marks 30 years since the PlayStation 1 launched. Sony previously held an event on December 3rd, 2019 to mark PlayStation's 25th anniversary, so at the very least, we may be getting a state of play ahead of the Game Awards 2024. The 25th anniversary state of play is when Sony announced Ghost of Tsushima, so it might not be a stretch to assume that we'll be seeing something from PlayStation Studios, especially as the PlayStation 5 Pro has just launched. There have been rumblings that Sony is preparing to showcase Marvel's Wolverine, so those rumors might be related to this. So just a quick note, Sony didn't just announce Ghost of Tsushima at their State of Play in 2019. The game was announced years before. It was, however, present at that event. But to continue, with Lunatic Ignis this morning mentioning something PlayStation related coming up potentially sometime soon, if that's what he meant, then I guess Sony could be holding something come this December 3rd, 3 days before my birthday, by the way. Lunatic Ignis mentions Rise of the Ronin DLC, more Chinese developer titles, and Project Awakening showing up. That game has been in development for 50 years. He also mentioned the Perceiver could be there as well. They could potentially show off more of Ghost of Yotei. We've also heard they're gearing up again for Marvel's Wolverine, so let's see what happens. But you guys let me know what you're hoping shows up here. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is the body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with ready for the show. I didn't think we were gearing up for a show for later this year. I was hopeful, but I thought maybe we just have something at the Game Awards. But if Sony does have their own event, a state of play showcasing Wolverine, maybe more of Ghost of Yotei, maybe some Death Stranding 2 and other titles, that would be amazing. Amazing way to end off the year. If you're excited for that potentially happening, destroy the comment section with ready for the show, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.